Welcome back guys, Slavic here. Welcome to the next in our series of videos looking at the changes in the Steelfaith Overhaul Grimhammer II mod compared to the standard vanilla mod. Today we're going to be looking at the Skaven, one of my more enjoyable factions I'd say. Definitely one of my most enjoyable campaigns lately with Deathmaster Snitch. Oh, love that campaign so much. Unfortunately the Skaven only have one extra unit in this mod. And it's called the Black 13, which is a dual sword infantry, so very similar to the Death Runner. So we'll just compare it to that because that's basically what it's going to be based on, essentially. Way less models, so only 10 dudes as opposed to the standard 90, but their health is at 4k as opposed to the 90, which is 6.5. So yes, it is less health, but it's way more health overall per model. Armor is being dramatically increased up to 50, leadership's up to 8, speed's the same. Up to 60 on the melee attack with Weeping Blades, so it's a 50% armor debuff, really nice. Melee defense up to 30, weapon strength up to 250, so it's plus 110. But again, you're losing 80 models to hit, so is it a buff? Yeah, arguable. Charge bonus at an extra plus 5, taking it up to 30. I just want to maths that actual damage if we can. So you're looking at 250 times 10, which is 2,500. Do you really need a calculator for that? No. As opposed to 90 at 40, which is 360. You don't really need a thing for that. So overall, even though the individual units are way, way stronger, it's actually less damage output. At least as far as I maths it, right? So they have a physical resist at 30, missile at 20, expert charge defense. They've got the good vigor. Vanguardable, they've got all the standard stuff by the looks of it. Yeah, all the standard stuff as far as like Death Runners go. So it's an okay unit. I wouldn't say I'm that impressed with it, not compared to, you know, like the Black Orcs one. Because that unit's really, really good. That's only really the one that stands out in my mind, but yeah, no, that's it, really. That's the only one that actually stands out in my mind as being really, really good from the ones that we've actually looked at. Okay, this is what it is, I suppose. Right, let's move along. So first up as far as actual units and stuff go. And by the way, this roster is actually rather small. Didn't kind of notice it until kind of jumped in here and we have to look at all them individually. But yeah, kind of a small roster. So interesting. We should be able to fly through this relatively quickly, hopefully. So we are looking at a Warlord first up. So 500 more health, that's good. Actually, that'll be increased as well, right? So still got Silver Shield, but this, no, it's only 35 still. So plus 3 armor is kind of relevant. All the rest is the same until we get down to melee defense with an extra 3. Damage is the same, charge bonus is the same. All the buffs are exactly the same, so not a lot of changes to that, dude. Unfortunate. Next up here we have Tretch. That's an assassin. We have Tretch there, nice. Now have a look at his as well. So he's been given the bleed and he's been given... No, you already said into large. Okay, that's cool. So he's been given the bleed effect, which is a cool effect, but, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's that amazing, to be honest. It's 500 extra health. Bleed effect on the melee attack, plus 5 melee attack as well. That's really it, too. Not a lot of changes. It actually looks like he's been removed. He has... what's that buff called? With the shield, I can't remember. Gives leadership and stuff. I don't think you guys can see my mouse if I'm over there. They can. Yeah, leadership and stuff. So he lost that. What's he got? So that's normal, yes. Tretch's Raiders, that's normal, yes. Fast. Speed and acceleration, that's new, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's nice, though. Speed and acceleration, 40%. That makes him really quick. Really, really quick. But he's actually lost a little buff there, so that's interesting. Right, Deathmaster Snitch. Let's see what's going to go on with him. One of my current campaigns, of course. This dude is very, very good. Scaling damage, so the longer they're in combat, the more damage he does. That's normal. Fast attacks, blah, blah, blah. 200 extra health. Speed is the same. Everything's the same, man. It is. He has lost. No, he's gained. He's gained. Smoke out. I like that. Smoke out. So duration 30 seconds around himself. Enemies affected maximum of 2. Active if he's losing in combat. If he's losing, yeah, interesting. So minus 20. Oh, is this for him? Affects enemies. No, affects enemies. Okay. So it affects enemies if he's losing, right? So minus 10 reload skill, minus 10 melee attack, minus 25% speed. So it just helps him run away, right? Yeah, helps him run away a bit faster. He's got encourage, that's all normal. That's normal. He's immune to psychology, that's new. Scurry away, no, that's normal. And that's normal as well, wow. Not a lot of changes so far. Master Assassin, that was back at the start, right? Yeah, there it is. Right, so that's all the same. 200-ish extra health. 60, 45. Way more damage though. 425 as opposed to the 380, so that's good. 125. Oh, look at that range damage. 833 as opposed to 416. These guys are really good as a ranged unit. You guys would have seen if you followed my campaigns, we have our Lord, one of these dudes, leading one of our armies. Rel is his name. R-E-L-L. And we use him as a ranged Lord. And that's at that 416 damage. And then obviously if we need to, we chuck him in. But he's predominantly a ranged Lord for us. And his damage just got doubled. That'd be amazing. All the bottom is all the same. Yes. So he's got... No, that's new. Yeah, that's new. A powerful explosion magic missile. Interesting. I like that. He's a really good Lord. Those assassins are really good. Which may be why... I've done all those things. Oh yeah, because we went backwards. Maybe why a lot has not changed, because their lords are actually pretty damn good as it is. 500 extra health on that dude. More melee attack coming at 75. That's good. One nice little buff there. A little bit of extra melee defense to go with it. A little bit of extra damage as well. He's got this Lord of Claymores, map wide, plus 20% attack speed, plus 20% speed. It's a buff from, well, it's a buff. Yeah, map wide. Or he starts with the trophy heads too, which is the debuff, minus 25, minus 45 melee defense. That's really good. Stand or die, that's what the other guy lost that we were talking about earlier. That's just replaced whatever he had there as standard. That's normal. That's normal. Immune to psychology he's been given. So again, not a heck of a lot of changes for old Quickie. Leading one of my other armies in the current campaign, of course. The Grey Seers, as with all the casted lords, will be the same, either one of these two. It's just the spells, obviously, that change. Health, an extra 300. Let me give him magical attacks. It's fairly common across all these lords, it seems to be. Like the magical lords have been given magic attacks. Makes complete sense. Plus 5 on the melee attack, which is arguable. Weapon strength at plus 15 as well. Nice. I think all the rest of that stuff's just normal for those two. So we'll jump over to the Warlock Master now, please. Warlock Master. Nice. Again, it's like 66 more health. It's whatever. A little bit more armor there as well, which is okay. Extra 5 on that as well. An extra 25, sorry, on the weapon strength. And an extra 2 on the charge bonus. All that stuff down the bottom looks identical as well. Wow. Definitely not a lot of changes for the Lords. Lord Skrulk. There's a couple of changes here we can see already. So Spellcaster played. He's got Frenzy normal. And he has Regeneration added. Yes, I don't think he comes with that. And saying there's actually lost health. He's lost 200 health. That may be one of the first Lords we've ever come across that's actually lost health. Speed at 42. So he's lost Discourage, I believe that is, and that's been replaced by Contaminant, which is minus 5 leadership, minus 5 melee attack. Very similar to Discourage. His melee attack's been increased by 1. Melee defense has actually been reduced down to 40 from 45. He's been given armor piercing though. How much of that's armor piercing? 250, a lot. So yeah, a lot. Very nice. He does not have regen as standard. He does have Frenzy. No, he's still got Frenzy. That's cool. Aura of Rot. I believe that's new. I do not see that symbol in the standard cards. I'm pretty sure that's new. Constant damage around him. Nice. And obviously that regen, which is obviously very, very good. Everything else appears stock standard because it's just a caster. That's really good though. That armor piercing is crazy good. Alright. Ickett Claw. Have I played a Ickett Claw campaign? No, I have, right? Yeah, I have. 300 extra health, a little bit extra armor, extra 5 on the melee attack as well, minus 1 on the melee defense, little bit of extra damage coming in at 400 instead of 370. 1 extra ammo. 80. Still does a massive amount of damage. He's been given warps. Don't scorch, which lasts for 131313 seconds. Minus leadership, minus armor, as opposed to discourage. Nice. Got arcane mastery because it's just standard for casters now. Okay, that's kind of it for the lords, mate. Right, moving on to the hero units. It's hopefully some more changes going on here. An extra 300 health, an extra 10 armor, 1 more on the speed, 5 more on the melee attack with the Weeping Blade, so it's the armor debuff again. Quite a bit more damage actually, up to 450, and armor piercing. That's quite a big change for him. That's it. That's it, yeah, man. Trophy heads, that's normal. It's just a different icon on the other one, called something else. Apart from that, that's pretty stock standard. Ishin Sorcerer, one of the new sorceresses. Yep, so I can't imagine this has changed that much. 100 more health. Magic attacks is normal for casters now. Slightly more damage, another 15, kind of irrelevant. That's it. No, bugger all changing him, I wouldn't imagine. Warlock Engineer, nice. Hang on. That's the wrong one. There we go. Warlock Engineer. The Spellcaster Armoured. Quite a bit more health actually. 500. That's quite a lot. Plus armour as well. An extra 100 armour. Hang on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, I'm not. Warlock Engineer now has ranged attacks. Oh, interesting. Speed. Slower. Yep. Melee attacks been increased as well. Damage is the... Oh, it's 5 more, sorry. Charge bonus at 10. So his range attack is 20 ammo, magical flaming attacks, 175 range, is 100 damage. With that deep buff. Why have I got the hiccups, man? Stop it. Cut it out. Right. That's cool though. I mean, it never really made any sense. Why was the engineer not range based? Because you have to keep him back with your artillery to cast your buff thingy, which I don't think is... Yeah, no, not that one. There's one where it buffs your artillery, but it only buffs your artillery in a range around it, like that type of one. Yeah, that one. So you juice him in your backline with your artillery, but he can't actually attack back there. Never made any sense to me, but that's cool. They'll fix that, so it makes sense. Plague Priest. So that's all normal. Slightly more health again. Discourage has been replaced by Contaminated again. 280, 20, or exactly the same. Jeez. It's better get exciting soon, lads. Crossed. Warlock Engineer we've done. Right, Slaves still already down into the infantry units, mate. Way more units. Wow, 210 as opposed to 135 and up to 10k health. 42, actually less damage here. 9, more defense though at 15. 16 less damage, so less defense, less damage. 3 and everything else is the same. Wow, they're really a meat shield. Same with these guys coming in again. 210, 10,000 health. Ship 42. Melee attack slightly increased. Melee defense has been reduced though. Damage has also been increased, but there's no anti-large on those anymore. Are these spears? No, they're not. That'll be why. Where are... Oh, hang on. I had those around the wrong way. Sorry. So that's that one. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, it's kind of relevant. They're pretty much identical. Yeah, they are. Right. Let's move along to the clan rats. Hang on. Clan rat with spears. Why can't you just keep things in the same freaking order? Clan rat with spears. There we go. Right. Extra 30 models. Nice. Way more health. Almost doubled, man. Leadership. All the same. Melee attack slightly more. Melee defense the same. Weapon strength the same. Charge bonus is the same as well. All that stuff is identical. Right, moving along to the clan rats, which means they have to go backwards. Yes. Same as the spear version. Way more health. Slightly more models. Melee defense, melee attack slightly increased. Weapon strength reduced actually, and charge bonus slightly increased. They're really going with like the meat shield. Where is clan rats with spears, guys? There. What? No, that's a Regiment of Renown. Oh, I didn't do clan shields. I used... Or spears, sorry. How come I always miss one? It's like impossible to do the whole lot. Right, so we'll just... Those and those are going to be very similar, right? Here they are. So we'll just do them as just... Yeah, whatever. These guys have spears. These guys don't. Is there any real difference? So anti-large versus not anti-large. Right, so let's go clan rats with shields. Yes, there we are. Nice. Get off the roof, stupid bird. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Right. Plus 30 models, an extra 4k health. Slightly more armor. God, that leadership is so low. Less melee attack, more melee defense. Actually less weapon strength, but they have gained a bonus versus infantry of 4, which actually push them over the standard, but anything else they're not hitting as hard. I assume these guys are very similar, except these are the anti-large. Yeah. That's actually a nice bonus versus large plus 12. Takes them up to 36. 36? 35. Interesting. Regiment of Renown, dudes. Again, we just compared these like we did last time. Yeah. No, we can just compare this down. That's fine. Again, models up to 150. Slightly more armor. 5 more leadership. They've been given the on fire debuff. Well, you know, when they hit people, which is quite nice. So which means anybody they hit twice will take a lot more damage. Although their melee attack has been reduced quite substantially, and their melee defense for that matter, and their damage for that matter. But I guess they have a bonus versus infantry. Yes, they do have +4, but even that's not enough for what they used to be. Wow, that's quite a nerf for those dudes, isn't it? It's quite a nerf, right? Plague monkeys, where are you? Oh, you're way over there. Plague monks, right? Anti-infantry, still the same damage dealer. Unbreakable suffix has been added. Nice. So obviously they don't rout. Slightly more models, slightly more health to go along with the models, I guess. Leadership has been massively increased. Well, they're unbreakable, so of course they've got massive leadership. Kind of, that's how that works. 40 melee attack. Wow. These guys are a real damage dealer now, eh? With poison as well, like real poison. Damage has also been increased up to 35, plus a bonus versus infantry of 10. Nice. Yeah, it's actually turned these guys into a really strong unit. Really strong. Warp grinders, where are they? They're backwards. Okay, this is a new unit, of course. I can't imagine a lot of changes happened here. Slightly more models, coming at 24 versus 18. Health to go along with it, up to an extra 1,000. Armor's increased also. It's quite a nice wee buff there to the armor. Speed, nope. Melee attack's been increased up to 35, which is massive from that 20. Plus they have the Warpstone Touch ability, standard magical attacks. Damage has increased ever so slightly, which actually is quite a big damage buff with that combined with extra models. Nice. Everything else, been given something here. They got the missile resist. Something down this end's different. No, it's normal. This warp overcharge. So it says constant buff from self. No, it's a 30-second buff. Armor, piercing damage, speed, weapon damage. Wow. That's a huge damage buff from self. That's crazy good. Crazy good. Right. Ashen Triads, one of the other new units. Oh, did I not get them either? I didn't. I need a Regiment of Renown version. Alright, well, let's use the Regiment of Renown version as the base, which is that one over there. I don't even understand how it mixes, because I click it and then I push screenshot, then I click the next one and I push screenshot. I don't understand. I don't understand it. It's too fast, I guess. So slightly less units, models, which is the same as them. Yep. Way more health. Wow, that's massive. Actually, it's less models than the standard. Quite a bit less, but way more health. Leadership has also been reduced. Speed is about the same, +1. Mid attack slightly increased, but they've lost... I think that's the shield breaker one, which they've been given Overwhelm. Wow, this is really good. Minus 40% weapon damage, minus 40% reload skill, minus 40% armor piercing damage to anybody that they hit. And melee defense has been increased up to 45. Their damage is up to 35. Yes, still with anti-large and the armor piercing as well. This is the Regiment of Renown version as well, so the standard one won't have that. No, it does. Wow. That's really good. The doppelganger, so that's the one where they can cast a copy of themselves. Smoke out, which allows them obviously to escape combat. Concealment bombs, same deal. Physical resist. Do the normal ones have physical resist? They do. Stat wise, between the standard and the Regiment of Renown, +5 leadership, 10 melee defense, charge bonus of 10 as well, plus obviously that doppelganger effect. But that's actually a really strong unit now. Just with a couple of little tweaks, it's actually a really strong unit. That melee defense buff is huge. Really huge. Right. Death Runners. One of my favourite units, actually. Where are Death Runners in this list backwards? Alright, here we go. Right. Way more models. Jeepers creepers. Up to 90 from 54. Almost doubled. Health not following suit. They're only up to 6.5. Leadership has been reduced as well. Speed slightly increased. Damage is... melee attack has been increased as well. Melee defense is the same. Damage has been massively increased. That's a huge damage buff, actually, because way more models and way more damage. Wow. These guys are actually going to be deadly. And they have this fast ability. So as long as their leadership is not broken. So their speed, 40% on top of that is what? An extra 20-something speed? 25 speed? So it takes them up to like 80 speed? Wow. That's to get into combat, because remember their leadership won't be broken at the start of a fight, will it? No. And they have strong vigor as well. Wow, this unit's really strong now. I mean, it was strong enough as it was, but this is really, really strong. Cool, that sounds like fun, mate. That sounds like fun. Right, over to the Stormy Vermins. What do we got? Less models, but way more health. Good, way more tanky. It's what we want. More melee attack as well. With, I assume that's Cavalry Bane. Yes, it is. Nice. So up to 40 from 24 is massive, man. Slightly less defense, though, down to 30. That doesn't really matter. Damage up to 35, so slight increase on that as well. And they've got that physical resist as well, which will really help against cavalry. Nice, mate. Nice. The ones with shields. Oh, shields, we go. Very similar. Less units, or less models, but way more health. Speed, melee attack again, 40-40 versus 36-36. Damage up to 39. Plus, they've been given anti-infantry of another 5. Not bad, not bad. And the physical resist to go with it, and immune to psychology as well. Decent little buff for those dudes, actually. Sense bearers, just those dudes, which is, this is the high damage unit. Up in models, an extra 15, way more health, almost 2k more, yeah. Leadership, these guys are unbreakable. 35 melee attack with their contaminate thing as well. Melee defense has actually been increased as well. 50 damage, so slightly more damage. Charge bonus has been reduced, that's fine. Plus they've got this, which is a constant damage thing around them. Wow, and they've been given unbreakable as well. In case you didn't pick that up from the leadership buff. Really good, really good. Wow. I wasn't that excited, but I kind of am now. Right, so this is the Regiment of Renown version of the Death Stalkers, or the Death Squads. Death Runners, yes. Called the Death Squad, yes, right. So again, with the way more models. 72, slightly less leadership. Speeds increased slightly. Slight reduction in melee attack, and big reduction in melee defense. Damage has increased up to 40. I'm not that impressed with the Regiment of Renown version. How do they compare to the standard? 20 more armor and 10 more leadership. Honestly, that, considering they're supposed to be at rank 9 with the exact same stats, you know, forget that dude. I'll get that dude. We'll rank this dude up. So the standard one is now rank 9. So the rank 9 standard is actually better than the Regiment of Renown. You see, that's up to 50 melee attack and 36 melee defense. He does lose the 20 armor, and he doesn't have... Oh, he doesn't have that. Actually, see that bottom there, that stage 3, 100% armor piercing damage. So it's an extra 30 damage, so it takes them up to 70 damage. Okay, take back everything I said. They're better. It's still interesting that the stats aren't a rank 9 stats, you know? Right, Triads I've already looked at, so we'll move along to the Plague. Mooks, nice. Regiment of Renown version, of course. I just want to look at what his special is. So he's got that as well. The other dude does, yeah. He's unbreakable as well. He's got missile resist, sorry, magic resist. And no missile resist at all. Magic resist, right. So, more models, more health. Unbreakable, of course. Less speed, 35. Melee attack's been reduced from 39, but it does have that, which kind of counters that anyway. Melee defense has been reduced as well. Damage has been increased. Charge bonus has been increased. So, comparing them to the standard, it's way more health. What else do we get? We get magic resist. Get immune to psychology and 10 leadership. More health, more models too. Actually, so it'll be way higher damage overall. The leadership's irrelevant because they're both unbreakable. It's just those extra models providing that damage, but then this guy has more melee attack, so he's actually hitting more. So I don't know. I don't think I've done the Regiment of Renown ones that great, except for that one with that buff. Because the standards, these guys don't have it, eh? No. Like, you would think that the rank 9 would be the rank 9 stats plus the other stuff on top of it. I don't think it's just them. I think it's just, that's how the game works. Right. So it's going to be the same for these guys, right? This is a Regiment of Renown Stormvermin, of course. Yeah, less models, more health. Way more health. Unbreakable as well. Yeah, up to 40 on the melee attack with that Cavalry Bane. 50 melee defense, that's nice. 35 damage with the bonus versus large of 25, that's quite healthy. Guardian as well. Actually, a standard one has that. Coordinated charge, that's new. It's a constant buff. No, it's constant around him. Oh, this is to go along with this. Wow, so it's actually extra bonus. So 15 missile damage, 15 weapon damage, 15 armor piercing damage, 15 armor piercing damage range. Yes. This is quite a nice buff, so you really want to put them near the Lord. So that's basically why you're going to get him, right? Because if you compare him to a standard version. Oh, way more melee defense too. 20. That's huge. Now, these ones are not unbreakable. No, they're not. Plus, these ones are unbreakable. Nice, nice, nice. Very, very interesting. All right, moving along to the skirmishy stuff, which of course is pretty much all Skaven. Right, nice. So we've got Slingers first up. Way more models, almost a third more. Actually, almost 50% more, yes. So it's all the same. Melee attack is, those numbers are so low, it's irrelevant. Ammo 20, range 120, that's all the same. And all that's the same. Right, Night Runners now are getting into some better stuff, right? These guys are the dodging variant. Again, more models, more health to go with. Less leadership. Speed slightly increased. 1. Speed's really good for skirmish stuff, of course. Melee attack's actually increased as well. 33, that's quite respectable. Melee defense has been increased as well to go along with that. Weapon strength is also, no, it's been reduced, but they do have the bonus for infantry, yes, which would counteract that. Less ammo though, interesting. Range is the same. Damage has been increased though. And we're swapping physical resist for missile resist. Vanguardable still, that's all the same. Yeah, something's different. Strider's new. Yep, Strider's new and can follow moving. I don't know about that reduction in ammo. It seems a bit weird. Whatever. Does seem a bit weird though. They are a ranged unit after all. Right, Night Runner Slingers, mate. Again, more models, more health to go with. Leadership's been reduced ever so slightly. Speed slightly increased again. These stats are very, very minimal changes, man. Like, very minimal. I'm just going through and see if I can pick out stuff that's good. Their damage is good as well, coming in at 23 as opposed to 15. And we're just looking like +1, +2, -1, -2, that type of thing. Not really blowing me away with the changes, but poison, wind, globadiers, where are they? That's these guys. With some stuff going on here though. 36 models down to 24. Up to almost 4,000 health. Their armor's been reduced dramatically down to 30. It's a huge nerf. These guys are quite tanky. They do have the lethal poison, which is the cruddier version of poison. Ammo is up to 22, so that's a nice increase. Range has been increased up to 100, so that's good. And damage has been increased. Plus they have a warp gas. So it's -10 weapon damage, -10 reload, -10 miscast, -10 speed, -10 physical, -10% armor piercing damage, and -10 armor. That's quite a debuff. Plus a bonus specialized, but they do not have the armor piercing contingent anymore. No. 10 armor piercing. So that's about the same because of the reduction in models. Interesting. I'm really not blown away by these changes, boys. I'm really not. What fire throwers? Same model, slightly more health. Armor's been increased on these, so these are more tanky. Guess that makes more sense. These are more like a frontline team, eh? 55 leadership's increased, speeds been reduced, but it's kind of relevant. Melee stats are still garbage. More ammo, more range as well. That damage increase is nice, really nice. Up to 300 with that warpstone leech thingy from 127 damage, plus they have this thing. Yep, that's really nice. It's a lot of damage. And they've got missile resist too. Really, really good. I like that change for the damage and stuff, man. That's crazy. Right, slingers, just standard version. Yep. More models again, up to 105. Quite a bit more health as well to go along with that. 1600 health. Some slight reductions going on through the center here. But now down to the meat potatoes of these guys. So 26 ammo, so an extra couple of ammo. A little bit of extra damage, about 10% increase in damage. So that's range, you lie. Damage has been increased dramatically up to 30 from 19. That's a good buff. Yeah, nice. Not a lot of other changes on those ones though, unfortunately. Gutter Runners standard variant, which we use these a lot in the Deathmaster Snitch campaign, right? Up to 105, but they have armor piercing damage in that campaign because of the Lord, so good. So good. Yeah, way more models. Well, not way more, 15 more health to go along with that as normal. Leadership's been reduced. Speed is ever so slightly increased. The melee stats are actually really good. 36, 27, and 28 respectively. That's quite a decent buff. Especially in that section there, obviously. Again with a reduction in ammo though. 6. 80 range at 39 damage. So I think damage output overall, like throughout a battle, is the same-ish. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make these guys hit harder in a shorter period of time, right? That's basically what they're trying to do. But then all the other factions have had like increases in survivability, so yeah. So I'm just going to do 7 times 39 times 105 units. 105 models, sorry. Is that right? 28,000 damage? That can't be right. 105 models, each causing 39 damage, which is 4k damage. Yeah, that's right. 7 ammo each. It is 28,000 damage. If they all hit, which they don't, but yeah. As opposed to 90 models doing 22 damage each times 12. 23 damage. That's actually quite a lot more damage overall. Interesting. Yeah, it's a lot faster damage too. I guess that's like kind of what they're trying to do, eh? A lot faster damage, right? Rattling Gunners, one of the newer units. It's because it's so good, man. So good. Same models, more health, less armor. Noticing a theme with these dudes. Leadership Slight reduction there too. Melee stats are garbage as per normal. That's fine. Ammo 16, so it's actually one more. Range has been ever so slightly increased up to 150. Way more damage on these boys. Up to 508 from 338 with the same model, so that's good. Oh, they've got this one too. Reload accuracy skill, or reload skill, sorry, which means they reload way faster. So twice as fast. So they can really pump out their damage, man. That's more what we're talking about, mate. Gutter runner slingers with poison. So the same as the gutters, except they have poison, right? Compare them to those. Actually, they're less range. They are, wow. Minus 15 range, minus 4 damage, but it's obviously got the poison. Wow. Yeah, that's it. There's no changes to those. So it's going to be the same with these two. Gutter runners with poison, yeah. Minus 10 range, minus 6 damage, but it has the poison. Because in the base campaign, these have the exact same stats, except these have poison. So it's just like, well, you just have to take the poison variant because they're just better. Because everything else is exactly the same, so they have poison. So the fact that you can do less damage and stuff actually makes way more sense. Like now there's actually a trade-off between the two different units. Right, so this is Whoop-Lop Jazal. So this is the long range dudes. Same models. Restricted aim, what's that? Restricted shooting at wide angles. So you can only shoot like in a more sniper-like straight line type thing. Less armor with silver shields, but that's kind of irrelevant because you don't want them to get hit anyway. Leadership's been increased slightly. Speed again has been reduced, but it doesn't really matter. Defense has been increased quite substantially actually. Damage, same sort of trade-off that seems to be happening. It's like -2, but you get +4 infantry. Seems to be like pretty much across the board. Ammo, slightly more ammo. Range has actually been increased even better than they were before, up to 300, and damage has been increased as well, up to 50. Plus they have that to go on top of it. The Skaven, like good range units are getting some nice buffs, and this guy's got nerfed. That's quite substantially. Like just quickly glance over that. So there's less models down to 24. I'm just ignoring melee stats because who cares, there's range units. Ammo's been increased to 22, range has been increased to 100. Actually no, 122 damage plus a bonus versus infantry of 30. That's actually really good. 150. So no, they haven't actually been nerfed at all, slide. They've actually been increased. Yeah, those are good. Those are good. Rattling Gunners, Regiment of Renown. So I'm just going to compare that to the standard Rattling Gunner. So way more at that top leadership stuff. Oh, look at that damage. Wow. 2 plus 250 damage. So the same models? Yes. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. Less range though, yes. But way more damage. You can get the standard variant up to that kind of damage anyway, but yeah, it's way more damage. Nice. Right, so this is a Whoop-Lop Jazal, so we'll just do the same there. Yep. Wow, 400 range. 400. That's 4 and 100. No, it's not. It's 4 times 100. You dork. Right, so 400, but again, the damage has been reduced down to 16. And more models? No, same models. Same everything else except for leadership. Yeah, nice. So that range, though, extra 100 range, it's quite substantial. These are campaign specific units, these eye takers. I do have them, we'll come back to those. I do have the stat cards for them. And lastly on these is them. Where's my other mortars? I haven't even done the mortars yet, have we? Did I skip them as well? No, there they are there. No, that's not them. Oh, damn. I did. Alright, let's compare the Regiment of Renown one, then we can kind of extrapolate from that's 3 units I've missed, apparently. Rude, mate, rude. Right, so the Regiment of Renown one. More models, 12. More health to go along with that. Yep, way less armor. Some melee stats are kind of relevant. More ammo too, a couple more. Range is still 250. Damage has been increased ever so slightly. Not a lot of changes there, to be honest. Let's compare that to the standard one. So the standard one is way less on the melee stuff, like who cares? Way less on the damage too. What's your damage? 419 versus 67. Wow, these guys just do so much damage. They have that. What is that? Poison Wind deals 2 damage to max 40 entities, and a unit card, 50% chance. Last 10 seconds. Whereas that's just more pure damage. That's a lot of damage too, though. 419. Wow. There's a lot of damage. Crazy. Right, moving along to the monsters. Rat Ogres. Very nice unit, of course. Wow, look at their health, man. It's almost doubled up to 1,000. Almost 1,100, actually. Leadership been reduced slightly. Speed's the same. Melee stats have been increased ever so slightly on the attack side of it anyway, up to 37 from 26. Damage increased up to 100 as well. Them given physical resist of 10 and missile resist of 10 as well. Not a lot of changes, but any buff to them is good. They're a good unit. Help it. You don't really use that often. Too horrible to die. Still almost identical health. Slight reduction. He's unbreakable. Speed's reduced dramatically. Melee attack, though, has been increased as well, up to 60 from 42. That's a massive increase. Damage has been increased as well, up to 650. Good wee bump there, mate, from 520. He's been given physical resist and magic resist. Unbreakable, of course, as we said. And that stuff there is stock standard. Nice. Right, bread and butter. Skaven artillery. Nice. Blade Claw catapult. 6 models, 6 catapults, mate, with the health to go along with it. I'm ignoring the melee stats because who freaking cares? You don't use catapults for melee, right? 31 ammo, way more ammo. Range is the same. Damage has actually been reduced down to 123, but remember there's twice as many units, twice as many entities, twice as many models. So it's not a reduction in damage at all. It's actually an increase in damage. Wow, I like that. I like this. Skaven artillery is so much fun. Warp lightning cannon. Only 3 of those. I would have expected that to have doubled as well. I don't know. Again, we're going to ignore that because who cares? Ammunition up to 24. Range up to 500. Nice. Damage again has been... No, it's actually been increased an extra 100 damage. But he's lost... I don't know what that is. Actually, no, sorry. That's the Regiment of Renown one. That's that one, wait. You know, he's still got that. Okay, sorry. Zap. Nice. 257, damage 240. Its range has actually been increased up to 500 as well. Plus, he's been given that thing, the warp overcharge for the reload skill, which means he's going to fire way faster. Still 3 though. 29. How did I skip normal? Because I didn't click the button, apparently. Okay. So let's compare that to that. So more, actually less damage on the Regiment of Renown, but more damage on that dude with slightly different variants on stats stuff. Extra leadership, extra health. Apart from that, not a lot of changes. So bonus versus large and armor piercing. So, I mean, still good, right? Still really good. Artillery, Doom of Flyers. 5 up from 3 models. That's good. Extra health to go along with it. Extra armor. Good. Speed slightly increased as well. That's one of the things with like all this stuff. I never thought the speed was enough on these things because cavalry just destroys them. Melee attack 30, still garbage, mate. Melee defense at 20. Damage has been increased ever so slightly up to 100 from 95, and charge bonus of 40. They have been given missile resist, strong vigor, strider, and that damage for the buff warp overcharge. Very nice. Right, so the Regiment of Renown version. That's right. Yep. Change the name of it. No dwarf thing menace. No, it's also right. Compare it to the standard one. More leadership. Oh, they've got Sunder Armor. Yep, so Sunder Armor as well, which obviously breaks armor. Very nice. And more melee defense. That's it. Nope. I've got this too. Randomly cast lightning. Oh, yeah, that's the Regiment of Renown thingy. Yeah, for sure. Can cause fear as well. I don't think the standard one does. No, it doesn't. Can cause fear as well. Very good. Wheels of Doom, which is the Regiment of Renown version of the Doom Wheel. We'll do the Doom Wheel first, thanks. Right, so Doom Wheel's very nice. Still only one. It's still only a doom wheel. Slightly less health, actually. Armor's same. Leadership has been reduced down to 65. Melee attack, melee defense has been reduced dramatically. Wow. Weapon strength has been increased, though, up to 300. Damage at 50, 60 on the ammo, 75 on range, that's nice, and 145 on the damage. Plus that Warp Zone Scorch ability and that buff, which is actually quite a nice damage buff. Strong Vigor has been added as well, and Missile Resist. Right, so we'll compare that to the Wheels of Doom, which is, of course, the Regiment of Renown version of the Doom Wheel. Right, so 3 models, of course. More health, you would expect so, with a couple of extra models. Leadership is at plus 10. Weapon strength on the melee side is actually at minus 150. But remember, there's 3 of them versus 1, so it's actually 450 damage versus 150, so it's actually more damage. Ammo has been increased up to 100, and damage is up to 333, with stagger shot ability added onto that, which we've seen a few times. So it's minus 50% speed, minus 10 missile defense, and minus 10 melee defense as well, and strong vigor added on there as well. Very nice. Right, we've done that one, thank you. Right, so these are the campaign specific units. So the Doombringers, Warp Fire Throwers, special unit. Again, we're going to ignore the melee because who freaking cares? Although their armor and leadership has both been dramatically increased. Models are the same. Health increased as well. The melee stats have been reduced quite substantially. Ammo up to 22, range up to 100, and 319 on the damage. That's such a big damage buff. Plus they have that to go along with it. The standard ones have that too though, right? Where's the Warp Fire Throwers? There. They do. So over a standard Warp Fire Thrower, way more health. Are the same models? Yep, more models. Sorry. Unbreakable, more melee defense, slightly more damage on that range as well. Interesting. Interesting. Right. The Death Dealers. Oh, I like them. So what do we got? Again, probably ignoring melee stats because who cares? Health has been increased though, it's good. Again, a reduction across the board with the melee stuff. Seems to be pretty common. I don't want them to be as tanky once they get into a melee fight, which is fair enough. Ammo's been increased, range has been decreased, down to 150, but damage has been increased to counteract that. He's got a couple of special abilities there too, but the reload ability, when he's below 80% ammo, he replenishes his own ammo. Nice. This is a constant buff. Oh, for him and allies within range, 10% accuracy, 10% missile damage, 10% armor piercing damage. That's really, really good. That's really good. Plus, he's got missile resist from himself as well. So obviously you can stack better units, man. That's really, really good. The Eye Taker's Warp Lock Giselles. Dude. Just looking at that damage, it's crazy. Oh, these guys have golden shields. Crazy. 70% damage reduction, yeah. Only half the amount of models, though. That'll be why the damage increase is so dramatic. Melee attack... gone down, melee defense has gone up. Again, melee stats is kind of relevant for these guys. Ammo up to 24, range has been increased to 300, and damage up to 103, but again, less models, half the models. Actually slightly over half the increase in damage, so it's actually slightly more damage than a standard unit. Plus he has that, which the standard ones do not. No, they do. And he does too. Interesting, okay. Still, I should compare them to the Regiment of Renown. Interesting. So it's trading off of range for damage, essentially. And obviously models. The shields, I mean, golden shields are nice and all, but they're kind of whatever, right? Kind of whatever. The Doomflyer, that one? Yes. Black Hole Flayers. Up to 5 models from the standard. I like that. I don't mean standard, I mean the vanilla version of this unit. Armor's increased, health has dramatically increased, almost doubled. Melee stats 40-20, so it's actually melee defense has been reduced, melee attack's been increased. Weapon strength up to 100, 50 on the charge bonus as well. He's also been given missile resist, strong vigor, vanguard, strider. This is all over top of the vanilla version, of course. The other stuff is the same. Nice. Lucky last unit, boys. How are we going for time? Oh, it's about the same. They've all been about the same. Right, so zap, armor, that's all normal. I feel like I've been doing this really fast, but apparently not. Health has actually been reduced quite dramatically, almost 1,000 less. 30 on the melee stats as opposed to 31-41, so quite a bit of reduction in that, but he's been increased in the damage up to 300. Charge bonus is the same. Extra ammo, coming with an extra 10 ammo, sorry, up to 60. Range is slightly increased as well, 75. 187 damage, that's quite a jump in damage. Plus he has that. Armor piercing is normal, yes. He's been given missile resist, vigor. Oh, he's been given the bane thingy, that's so good. Yep, that's good. Causes damage, he's good. He's got trample. Oh, nice. So it's like a constant direct damage thing as well. And he can replenish. Nice. And he has that to go along with it. Well, that's a really good unit. Can I compare it to just the standard? Less damage, but I guess all those other stats. And that's the Regiment of Renown vision. Yep. All those other stats I think kind of make up for it. That's pretty cool. I like that unit. I like that. Right, boys. Well, not exactly a lot of changes for the units and stuff, but some interesting ones. They definitely seem to be heading more towards, you know, playing towards the Skaven strength, as in their range stuff is better, but the melee side of the range stuff is worse, which makes sense, right? You can't have really good range stuff and really good melee stuff. High elves, you just can't. It's not fair. You just can't do that. No, you can't. Alright, boys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, remember to hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time.